backdoors. You just had it all coming in. And now, though, we're into the pick and ban very, very quickly.
You know, it gave me one last thing, and then we'll get to the pick and ban.
Holy God.
It gave me flashbacks to like watching High many years ago doing the Secret Agent Z play. Carcer sneaking through the side lane, hiding in the brush for hours to make the play happen. Ah, that's the kind of League of Legends that I love. It gives you chills. Let's catch up on the draft. We've got a Zeri, we've got a Lee Sin, we've got a Leona for V5. On the side of RNG, Ming has his signature Nautilus. This will be his 12th Nautilus game of the split, and Wei taking the Hecarim this time around.
So very similar draft for V5, not having the big engage tool in the Hecarim though, as you said, Wei taken away. Carson would default back to his Lee Sin, incredibly scary champion. RNG going more towards the team fight now though, at least with those 3 picks, right? You've got insane setup with Nautilus, the Hecarim, we saw that in the last game, and now you've got the Jinx to follow up on it. So we'll have to see if this Zeri can keep herself safe, because there's going to be a lot of things that are going for in these fights. Coming in though, it feels like mid lane should be the ban phases here for RNG. They can try and pick something for themselves like the Rise for Xiao if they want to, again, but ban away things that can do well into it, like the LeBlanc and the Orianna.
All right, LeBlanc taken off of the board here. See if that Orianna is respected as well. But V5, they could certainly ban some mid laners themselves, or maybe go for top lane bans so that they can set up for a blind pick. Because remember, Bin is going to have that counter pick. And we know what happens to Rich when he gets counter picked. It's not pretty a lot of the time. And I think that's just a straight up PTSD ban on the Tryndamere.
Or it could be potentially setting up for a poppy pick as well. Saw that Rich was pretty happy to pick this blind in the IG series, and when you've got like RNG that are very much setting up for a dive style composition, that could be what they're trying to eye up here, where they're going, look, if we can try and get this poppy into our hands, we can actually stop like the big engage tools coming in on a lot of RNG side.
Corki banned away as well, taking that off of Xiaohu, and you know, I'm happy about that. Anytime that we force Xiaohu to play exciting things and not play Corki, I'm totally down. I'm totally on board. The Gnar respected from Rich as well. So we're going to have some different solo laners coming in. Graves going to be locked in for Bin as that blind pick.
I feel like this was a bait from V5 though. Like, you ban the Tryndamere. Yes, you can go for the poppy that we were talking about, but you're banning away the one big counter to the Graves, and I feel like they're going to have an answer for it. Ryze taken for Rookie in the mid lane. What are they going to go for here against the Graves? The Gnar was banned away. I mean, you have to have an answer in some regard, right?
It's got to be Teemo. It's the only answer. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what Rich has up his sleeves. Certainly could just go for some kind of tank or something and try and play it slow and safe. Or could go the total opposite direction.
Yes,
and
let's
lock
go.
in an Aurelia.
So this is what I was waiting for. I wasn't sure if we'd get the Aurelia. We've seen it coming through from Rich before, and this time going up against the Graves, I'm excited to see if Rich is going to be able to pop off. A lot of pressure going to be coming through from V5 towards this top half of the map though. Rookie with the Rise, Rich on the Aurelia. You're going to be playing for sides, so try to set it up, but Rookie takes the Rise, and Xiaohu goes towards the Vex. Xiaohu is the best Vex that we have in the LPL right now, and this is setting up to be another banger, Munch.
It certainly is. Plenty of mobility on the side of V5 for Xiaohu to get a lot of value out of his passive as well. But I'm seeing very stressed faces on the RNG players while Xiaohu's discussing what to play. It felt, I could feel the pressure emanating through the screen. I can feel how much is on his shoulders right now, because RNG 1-0 down and so close to turning that game around. But even if they got the win there, I don't think it'd be a win that they were happy with, right? They lost control of that game. Ultimately, that was a V5 game from the start to the finish. Now, RNG back to the drawing board, and I think RNG, a team that most people would have expected to be favorites coming in today. Now they need to prove that once more. One thing I will say, V5, they've gone to 3 games every single series so far this split. So if that's going to continue, RNG's looking good.
Yeah, the V3 is real. Always going to those 3-game series. But we'll have to see. Honestly, with this composition, V5, if they can get the ball rolling early, it's looking pretty good. RNG, though, we just saw what Gala can do in the late game. Xiaohu has been so good on Vex and setting up these fights, and those dives alongside the Hecarim are going to be really hard for V5 to deal with if this game starts to go awry.
Let's see. if it can work out for RNG, if they can find themselves the advantages, or whether V5 going to take control once more. The early game in game number 1 was so close, so back and forth, so many different windows of opportunity, right? We saw V5 taking advantages in the top side, and in the meantime, RNG took control of the bottom half of the map. We'll see whether we get a similar split this time around, but PP God waiting in the brush. As Ming walks forward, he's going to spot him. Doesn't go for the anchor, just drops a wall.
So just trying to get vision on where Karsa is starting. And this is one of the things for Wei, right? Like, he will clear faster than Karsa, but Karsa in basically both mid and top should have at least a stronger time in like setting up for plays and executing on towards both Bin and Xiaohu. So definitely want to make sure that you're cognizant of where Karsa is at all points in time. And with him not being spotted on the red, you know that he's going up towards this top side. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Karsa double back on himself off of the path, like do blue, Gromp, red, Raptors, Wolves, and then try and make a play towards one of these solo lanes.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to just say, this is not really an analytical point necessarily. We've got Karsa's Lee Sin again. Karsa's so good. He has an insane win rate over his career on this pick. But also, it's just so much fun to watch Karsa play Lee Sin. I'm not going to try and get into the topic of best Lee Sin because I think that's such a difficult conversation to have. We have so many great Lee Sins in this league. But certainly my favorite Lee Sin is Karsa because he's just so consistently clean.
There's not many people that draw 83% of bans towards the Lee Sin, right? Like, and this was, I believe, like 90-something% up until their last series, where Karsa got the Lee Sin and then won with it because he was an absolute monster linking up with it. So I definitely think respect is due on this pick, and I'm excited to see what his plan is as we work through. Isn't going for that kind of like sweeping back up towards top side as Hook spots in.
That was a very long range hook from Ming. If I was Photic, I'd be a little mad about that one, but PP God takes basically his whole health bar as punishment. And again, we keep on seeing this bottom lanes playing a little too greedily, not necessarily respecting the level 2.
And just getting punished there. And as well, like, there's again this game of like cat and mouse essentially going on with the rune choices in that bot lane as well, right? So Ming going with the aftershock because he knows that he's going to try and like basically tank the Zenith Blade, throw out the hook and move away. But because you've got the Glacial Augment now on PP God's side, if PP God is starting off the play, it means that he can actually get the Glacial Augment, close the gap onto Ming, and they can follow up to actually finish off and kind of set up a bit better. So there's a lot of back and forth and mind games involved in that, but Ming getting the roam mid.
Karsa managed to sneak into the brush and Ming now moves over. Looks like Karsa won't be able to do anything. Q onto the minion, has to ward off to get over, and steals a bonus minion with the smite as well, just as a little extra. And Rookie now gets to trade onto Xiaohu. I thought Karsa was going to be the one with the opportunity there, but Ming with a great roam.
Yeah, nice roam, nice realization as to the Karsa was going to be. We talked about, look, Karsa started top side. They knew it on RNG's side, so Ming just there to protect the mid laner and just about catching out Karsa as he goes. Now that gives momentary pressure for Bin in this top side as well to push in. You can also see Ming moving back to this bot lane to keep his AD carry safe.
Yeah, Ming will return back to the bottom lane. Make sure no dives can happen. Make sure nothing of that sort. As PP God will stun away the crab, get rid of the shield so Karsa can move over to that if he wants to. But he wants to bit of revenge what happened mid. The Sonic Wave has landed, and that's first blood for Karsa.
And the easy setup, and this is what we talked about, right? The mid jungle for V5 is going to be so strong in this game because you've got that easy point and click CC to set up. And now Rookie push in, get a reset, and be able to kind of keep this wave in his favor as he starts to look towards that level 6 and potential roam up towards Rich and punish Bin for these pushes that he's going for in the top lane.
And once again, we see Rookie so happy to pull the trigger on flashing forwards, right? Again, Xiaohu dies. With his flash available, he never got a chance to use the flash. Rookie gets the Rune Prism in, and it means that Karsa can land the Sonic Wave. So even if Xiaohu flashes, you know he's going to die anyway. So really nicely played by this squad of V5. Rich really feeling the pressure up in this top side. Bin getting massive damage down, but Rich will survive. He'll walk away with his life, but he's not having a fun time.
Yeah, and he's actually going to cause himself a bit of a freeze here. So wanted to reset to get the TP, which I'm assuming is the setup for Rookie coming off of this like push that he's about to get in mid. So they can look for that level 6 play top. But now it's actually given Bin a bit of a freeze. So you're going to have to wait in time for Rookie before he can really get up towards that top side. Wait here as well in case anything happens. But we'll have to see if V5 now can find a little bit of an inkling in towards this top side.
To have a look, it's going to be way up on that top side for the time being. Carcer over on his Wolves. Maybe a chance onto Rich, but flash available for Rich. I'm trying to figure out how many minions it'll take for him to get level 6. He's very close. And Aurelia at level 6, not something you really want to step into a 2v2 against, especially if Carcer's nearby. So, looks like nothing going to happen in that top lane, at least for the time being. And we need to start talking about neutral objectives a little bit here, because Drake coming up, in fact, Drake is on the map already. Herald coming up in a couple of minutes as well. Does feel like there's potential opportunities on either side.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Cloud Dragon to start things off, so by default, most teams won't be really eyeing that up. I think Rift Herald is going to be the big one. And at least when you look at like who's got control, Gala did get a quick reset in to get his coal completed, so he'll try and shove this wave in to get a reset, but it does mean just off of the back that Photic and PP got out, they should have control of bot to try and move in towards one of these objectives. That's why you're looking at Wei, trying to see if you can get on towards Rookie in the mid lane. Unfortunately, not able to find it, and that means that you've still got the full force of V5 on the map for a Rift Herald play.
He's still playing so aggressively in this mid lane. Wei just around the corner, but not level 6 just yet, so can't ult into that lane. Can't necessarily just brute force the play onto Rookie, who's now hit level 7 already. He's had more than a level a minute this game so far, as the Drake going to be taken by V5. Easy control there with the resets coming out on the bottom side from Gala and Ming. Now, potentially up towards that top side as well, as Wei already here. Rich is going to get caught. That's a stun down onto Wei. Rich in a 2v1, but Rookie's moving over, and Rich has got big damage on towards Wei here. Rookie finishes it off with the Flux, and now Bin left alone, has his flash, or in fact has used his flash, and Rookie trying to chase this kill down. 1 or 2 more hits. Won't find the gap.
And that's it, Rookie. There was the Realm Warp that he wanted, able to cheat up towards that top side. And Rich, with so much damage on this Aurelia, just turns onto Wei, hasn't got the tanky stats yet on the Hecarim, and he just gets bodied by the V5 solo laners.
Absolutely gorgeous from Rich as well. And we keep on saying this is the player that will give you all or nothing. Rich either dominates or gets dominated. And so far this game, it's looking pretty good now. 500 gold lead. Look at PP God and Carcer hiding in a brush, just praying Wei will face check.
Yeah, Rich is the living embodiment of the rich get richer in, you know, actual form. As sometimes you get plays like this and he looks absolutely insane, right? Like, manages to get several of those Qs off, so he's getting a ton of healing back, flashes away, Bin can't really do anything. And now you've got the Blade of the Rune King coming through very quickly. A nice CS lead opening up for himself as well, as it's actually Bin pushing in the wave. And Photic, he knows something's amiss here. Trying to see if he can spot out Ming.
Okay, dived here. It's Ming trying to move his way under the tower, but not going to do it for the time being. Carcer moves in, saves his AD carry's life. Photic just going to be far away. Underneath that tower, Cull almost complete as well. 40 CS left before Gala finishes that Cull. So trying to accelerate that Jinx towards the late game as fast as possible. But it doesn't feel like this composition from RNG is as late game focused as what we saw in game number 1 of the series. That was close, and it's PP got to be hooked instead of Photic here. Actually, Ignite and Ulti going to be used by Ming. Onto PP God, I think maybe a little overzealous on this one.
I think it's just RNG going, look, we're giving up on the Rift Herald. Like, we do not care about going for that fight. So realistically, having that doesn't matter. But Photic!
Oh, that was a bit of a blunder. Steps way too far forwards. Now both players on low HP. Way in the tri-brush. He's now been spotted. Photic and PP God just have to back away. There is no contest available. Rookie's here. Carcer's still on that top side, going for the Herald, remember. So there's never going to be a numbers advantage for V5 on this play. But Gala on the Jinx, he can happily just wail away on this tower.
Yeah, already though, you can see that the turret plate's not looking so pretty in that top side, as Rich has been able to get a bunch of them. So it means that once you get this Rift Herald for Carcer, you're going to be able to answer for a lot of this. But Photic and PP got losing a good amount of that experience in CS by being zoned away.
And the ward goes down in the tri-brush, so full vision for the side of V5. And Wei has spent a long time just sitting in this tri-brush, basically, not able to get much going for himself. Looking for the dive, but ultimately not going to find it. That final plate does go down, so that's 3 plates for Gala, and I believe all 3 were solo as well. So you can see a bit of a gap in gold building between the 2 AD carries. Not to mention 20 stacks now on that gold. That'll be another bit of extra gold for him. It's Rich. His Q leaves the caster minion on 1 HP, and so it doesn't reset. That feels real bad.
The big news, though, is that you take that lead in the bot side and you double it for Rich in the top lane, right? He is so far ahead of Bin right now. And when we're looking at, hey, the opportunity for V5 to play through solo lanes, play through sides, this big gold lead for the Aurelia is going to turn into a lot more. Not even the fact that we talk about Rookie, who's just going to have more impact on a side lane against Xiao, who can push just as well, but have more impact too. So for V5, getting the Rift Herald, getting these towers down, opens up Rookie and opens up the opportunity for them to continue pushing towards their comp strengths.
And it feels like when we talk about comp strengths, right, V5 have a lot of mid-game power. Aurelia going to be absolutely huge in fights. Rookie was looking for an interesting play. Flash is really nice, and when PP got there, he's still basically full health. I can't believe how healthy he is getting away from that play. As Rich will use that Blade Surge to get out in the top side as well. I'm honestly amazed that that wasn't more up in Rich. Calm, man, calm. I wasn't sure. I thought he was going to go down there. I thought Wei would just blast the ulti out straight away, but Rich able to get back to the minion wave. Yeah, I feel like V5 solo laners here playing with fire with some of this position.
Well, we highlighted at the start of the day that we thought that maybe this top lane would be an issue. It's not. It's, well, Rookie diffing Xiaohu, who we thought was going to be an absolute menace in this mid lane. Rookie picking up the solo queues in game 1. Bit closer this game, but now you've got Rich, who's in command of the top lane. And with all that said and done, Karsa pops the Rift Herald bot to get Photic back in shape as well. So this is now turning once more into V5 dominating RNG in the early stages.
This is the second game in a row as well where we see the Herald in this bottom side that just charges on through, gets extra bonus damage onto the tier 2. Xiaohu arrives to stop that tier 2 go down. Photic does need to back away from this one. Drake being taken in the meantime. And I feel like this was all V5 going bait and switch. Look Rich, look juicy at the top side. Try and make Wei look like he can go for a kill. I'm going to sneak bot and drop a Herald just while nobody's looking. Photic away on the side. They want to try and contest this blue with Sonic Wave in, but a good smite from Wei. He grabs the blue for himself.
And it feels like Wei just hasn't been able to keep track of.
Oh no, Rookie doesn't have flash. He's going to be feared. He's going to be locked up and surely goes down. Run Warp nearly channeled in time, but will not happen. Rookie finally falls.
That's a big mistake, though, because look at the amount of members for RNG that are mid. They can push in this wave, actually look to try and get, if not more plates, because they've got a minute left on that, the whole turret, to be honest. And Rookie not up for 10 seconds, still no TP. They're going to get more gold into Gala. And we saw last game that Gala was the real crux of the issue for V5. This time, with V5 having maybe ways to play around him, it won't be that big of an issue, but you still got to be careful as we look into this replay. I mean, just bad pathing. Like, you know that Ming and Gal are there, you just saw them, and there's nowhere for you to run as you just have the Hecarim come across and cut you off.
Yeah, really good stuff coming out from RNG, and crucial that they're able to find these punishes, right? I think that's the key thing is there's a lot of teams that when they fall behind a team like V5, they'll start to kind of just go, okay, we've got scaling in the Jinx, let's just farm, let's just play it safe. But RNG don't do that. RNG keep active, they keep making plays, they keep looking for opportunities. And I have to say, Wei this series, he's been so proactive. It's been so much fun watching how he just wants to be everywhere on the map. Rich blocking a lot of damage here. He's going to finish the tower off, but he's low on HP. Flash away from Xiaohu. Rich is actually going to get the solo kill onto Xiaohu. I cannot believe he pulled that one off.
Wait a sec.
Still come out. No way does he 2v1. Wei cuts him down in the end, but my God, Rich is making a statement.
And this is what we were talking about for V5. The ability to have Rich power through side lanes is going to be a major issue for RNG to deal with. Xiaohu can't manage. Bin can't manage because he's 2,000 gold behind his top lane counterpart, and he's about to get ganked once more.
Rich is huge in this game, and it's not just between the top laners. Look at the difference between Rich and Xiaohu, Rich and Wei. It's only Gala that's even remotely close, and let's be honest, Gala ain't 1v1 in an Aurelia anytime
Not
soon.
even close.
So Rich is unstoppable in the side lane. And that's such great news for V5 because it gives them so much freedom around the map to play for these objectives and play this side lane game.
And this was something that Xiaohu opted in for, right? Got the fear, thought he could do it, and even underneath the tower, Rich just doesn't care. Yes, you dodged the sun from Xiaohu, but because you've already been hit by the Vanguard's edge, he's got the follow-up with the Blade Surge, was able to finish off way even here. Struggling a little bit, was 3 levels down, the healing from the Blade of the Rune King doing work, but eventually takes down Rich, and I don't know, for V5, this is looking like they might break the curse. This is a strong performance in game number 2.
I mean, if there's ever a time to stop going to 3 games and find a way to just finish in style, it's against RNG. It's against one of the top teams in the league. Everfrost comes in as Casa goes for the dive, kicks Bin away from the tower, but Bin with a nice little bit of fancy footwork, couple of dodges, keep himself safe.
Rich finds way, is thinking about eyeing it up. There's no tower involved this time around, so maybe Rich could get it, but Vanguard's damage only just coming off cooldown now, so just flies the back way. Karsa, though, will still get the Rift Herald. RNG trying to move in, trade this topside pressure for the bot side, but Dragon in a minute. 2 already gone the way of V5. V5 could just dip on the Baron, or sorry, on the Dragon Call, use the vision they've established on the top side to fish for tier 2s, especially with Rift Herald. They could take an inhibitor turret off of this push and top if RNG aren't careful.
Certainly try. RNG going to reset on this bottom side, though. Rejoin the rest of the team. 50 seconds until an Ocean Drake comes onto the map. And we've not really talked about Soul so far this game, but an Ocean Soul on a rise that builds only defensive items, that sounds pretty good to me. And if you thought Aurelia had sustain already, you don't want to see this. So you just know that V5 are going to make a beeline. You can see them already on the minimap making their way towards this bottom half. Dag dead. This has got to be a 5v5.
I really don't want to, though. I think V5 just don't contest. Like, try and play through top, but Rich is pretty far away from being able to set up that wave, so they may be forced to take the fight. They don't really have the option to try and go for the cross map with the late resets that V5 went for.
Alright, well, Casa does have that Herald if they want to slam that mid. They are going to drop it just to try and find priority in the mid lane, but RNG already in the pit here and a TP from Rich. V5 are going to go for this fight. They want to take control of the Drakes. They want to have that potential win condition of the Dragon Soul. Herald pushed in the mid lane now. That'll be a potential tier 1 if nobody answers from the side of RNG, but RNG are preoccupied. They've got a Dragon on their mind right now. Karsa can look for the steal as Rich goes to the flank. There's a camera in the way. I can't see what's happening, and Karsa goes down. Drake taken by RNG, and now looking for a fight as well. Rich on the backline gets onto Gala, but he cues the wrong way. Gala now surviving Solar Flare, though, as Rookie jumps forward and finishes the kill. Double for Rookie, and 1 for Photic as a cherry on top.
And they're still going. Bin's gone the wrong way. He's run straight into Photic as the rest of V5 have cut them off.
The laser's coming on through, and Photic moving at the speed of light. Another kill for Photic, 2 for each of the carries. And now moving into the mid lane with a wave. Way will be there to stop it. But ultimately, RNG got the Drake.
RNG got the Drake, but the towers are going in V5's favor. A split push cop loves having less towers. The gold is going in V5's favor. Want to play side lanes? More gold is going to be great. This is exactly what V5 wanted. And the only crux of V5's problem was Rookie wasn't big enough. He just got 2 kills off this. And look, the engage from Ming onto Karsa, wonderful. Does get you the Dragon. But now, you've got this great flank coming through from Rich onto Bin and Gala, so they're in a ton of trouble. Gala's to flash away, doesn't have the damage to follow up. Photic is a menace right now. We haven't really talked about him because of the fact that it's been a focus on the solo lane for V5, but he's so far in position with this Triforce, with the 2 half items, as you pointed out earlier on, already picked up, and he's just rinsing everyone that he comes in contact with on RNG side.
Yeah, and one of the important things as well about the 1 and 2 halves items, the way that you build the Zeri is you spike exceptionally hard when you double upgrade these items, and almost always we see in pro play like these items upgrade pretty much at the same time, and so you go from kind of fine normal Zeri to suddenly Giga Zeri over in the space of a split second. So very difficult to deal with. Karsa going to be able to steal away this red buff as Wei moves in, but Karsa finishes it off, and there's a blast cone to get out to safety. V5 congregating around the Baron pit right now. It's up in 10 seconds time, but there's no way that they could just start this.
They're just trying to draw attention from RNG, right? Look at where Rookie is on the bot side. He's going to push in. Rich, like, nicely kind of like staying out of vision so that then Rookie can go for the push. And now the Rookie's gone out of vision, Rich can hop back up to this top side and start shoving the wave. It makes it really difficult for RNG to try and collapse onto V5 because you don't know where Rookie is. Like, Rookie could be situated with the rest of the team. Has he backed off from that side lane? Can we try and commit a numbers advantage to the push and top side?
Xiaohu spots Rich on the sweeper, but still stunned. Oh, that fear is crucial. That fear kept Xiaohu alive because you just know Rich would have been happy to go for the all-in there. Way moving up to the top side as well. And once again, RNG moved to the top side. You see Rookie moving forward on that mini-map once more.
And it's the slow and steady here for V5. They'd love to get vision control on this top side so that then they can contest Baron. But unfortunately for them, it can actually be a little bit tough. Although, as I say, that RNG giving them a ton of space. They really don't want to try and fight Photic in these jungle corridors. It's V5. Good vision established. RNG will have to try and clear that out as Rookie onto the inhibitor. And there's not much the Bin can do when he's only got an item and a half.
And remember, they're playing towards the top side, so V5 still complete control in this top side jungle, and they can start to pressure on towards this tier 2 in the top lane as well. Photic now shoving the wave in even further, and slowly but surely, V5 are suffocating RNG. Does it feel like there's a way for RNG to get back onto the map?
No, and that's exactly how V5 need to do it, though. Don't try and rush it. Playing slow is the way forward. Ming now got to get caught.
Oh, the anchor goes wide. The Sonic Wave not going to be able to work out, but Rich still finishes that kill off. A pick for V5, and a crucial one at that because Baron still available. Vision control still in favor of V5. PP God just going to be clearing any more wards around. And Rookie has moved over. Rookie is not staying on that bottom side anymore. He's here to try and help with the Baron. This is going to be burned through pretty damn quickly. And wait, has the ultimate available. RNG have got to make a way of contesting this one, but Rookie in the brush. He's just going to root him up. Everfrost comes in. Rocket goes in, but that's too early. And now Wei has to go the long way around to try and get into this pit. Try and contest. PP God low on HP. Keep your eyes on Gala. Once again, it's always about Gala in these fights. Rookie getting chunked out, getting forced out, and Gala will find his first. Find the reset, and V5 bitten off more than they can chew. Chased down now by the Jinxes. I don't know why we're looking at Ming. Carson going to be forced away by RNG. And once again, they stop V5 in their tracks.
But they can turn on towards the Baron. They've got the full man outfit here. Rich has just picked up the Gore Drinker. Might look to TP back in. He is in the mid lane. But this might be gone, though, before V5 can move into contest RNG.
Try though, V5 here on the scene, 5k on the Baron. It's going to be a smite fight between Wei and Karsa, but it's just going to be a fight instead. RNG starting this one off, bin the target here as Rich goes in the middle of everyone. Huge damage, but not enough for the time being. There's one down. Rich life stealing, double kill for Photic. How have they made that happen?
They are so big, it doesn't matter. The disadvantage means nothing. What Photic is shredding multiple people. The triple kill for Photic. Rich picks up one for himself as well. The double, even less. Full house. And you'll see it here. Ming gets the hook onto PP God, but that doesn't matter. Now watch Photic shredding Bin as he goes forward. And because everyone turns to deal with Rich, who's getting massive damage off, Photic is getting all that AoE shred off onto multiple members. The Runaan's Hurricane that he picked up just before this fight kicked off, doing so much work for him.
Man, Zeri is not an AD carry. Zeri's a top laner. She just plays in the bottom lane. I'm telling you. When you look at these fights, the way that she works, like, she just dives in. The damage is crazy. And Photic, such a great pilot for the champion because his mechanics are so insane already. It just feels like a match made in heaven. And now with the Baron buff, V5 have an opportunity to break the curse. They have an opportunity to try and finish this series in 2 games. Every single series they've played this split has gone to the 3-game mark, but this time 9,000 gold up at 24.5 minutes into the game. Rookie pushing in this bottom lane with the Baron buff. We've seen this before, Dagda. RNG trying to defend their base.
Look at where Bin is, though. He's so far up. Rich is now going to go chase him down to see if he can pick him up with the engage.
I don't know how that hit Photic through the entire wave, but it's a perfect opportunity. I cannot believe it. RNG once again find a miracle, find a way. And Karsa somehow surviving against 4 people for so damn long. And a flash over the wall from Ming as well. That's going to be a slow coming out from the Zap. Ming wants a little bit more, but Rookie's got damage. And he'll keep PP God safe. His way moves on over. RNG aren't done just yet. They're trying to close the gap onto Rookie as well. With the Realm Walk coming on through. It's stopped by Ming. The hook comes on in. And Rookie now 1 versus 3, but he's damn tanky. Doesn't have the damage though. Gala gets another.
That is so good for V5 though. That's 3 of these Barons just gone off the board. PP got died in the last fight as well, so he never got the Baron buff. So Rich is the only one with Baron now up and available. We'll have to watch this again because I was shocked that this actually managed to connect. So Photic, yeah, just takes that 1 step too far forward. Ming reads it beautifully. And with Photic caught up in the mess of RNG members, he falls so quickly. Rich also not able to get here without that teleport. So RNG, they've now got the numbers advantage and the damage just isn't there for V5.
I love PP God just stood on that ward the entire time. He's just there for moral support. Just like cheering his teammates on over the wall. And V5 now, that's a really rough situation. We were just saying, you're 2-0 or you're 1-0 up, you're 9k gold up. This is the chance. They had the Baron, they had the pressure, they overstep, and it's Photic that gets caught, and that's uncharacteristic. Photic is not usually the one mispositioning. Usually, it's been pretty solid so far this year. It's now a pretty big mistake from him. It's not going to be the end of the world. Still a huge lead in favor of V5. They're still 6,000 gold up. That's a lot less than they were.
So V5 once more trying to get vision established in this top side. What they want to try and do is like get this vision control, push mid, group top, and see if they can get this tier 2 down. Because one of the big issues that they're having right now is not being able to completely sync their waves because of the tier 2 top, and RNG just trying to see if they can get at least a little bit of shallow vision to spot out when V5 are coming across. It's still going to be relatively hard for them to defend. As you can see, Gala now in mid, and V5 are trying to make the play top.
Yeah, Karsa makes an attempt onto Bin, just forces out the quick draw there. It's control ward in this brush though. The PP God does want to fight over. It's difficult though. Photic going to be able to help him from range. And crucially, V5 are happy to trade control wards in that kind of situation, because once again, it just pushes their vision line deeper. It stops RNG having any information. Obviously, Baron not up for another couple of minutes. Way having the freedom to go towards this bottom side and stop Rich pressuring too heavily.
Oh, this is getting tense again. This is getting back to what it felt like in the last game, right? You've got the opportunity for Rookie having that big impact in the early stages, now starting to kind of take a step back. Rich stepping up big on this Aurelia, but hasn't quite been able to find the side lane pressure that they wanted to. And look at the items that are coming through for Gala. 3 items now completed. Working up towards that, either the Infinity Edge or the GA. I'd imagine it would be the GA. You've got Vex, who's going to be completing her Void Staff very soon, with the Rabadon's Death Cap as well. Xiaohu kind of cheating out a lot of extra damage with that Death Cap coming through as well. So you have a ton of damage that can come through from the both mid and bot of RNG if they can find the correct fights. But that's about it. It's about finding fights where Rich can't get access to Gala, where Photic isn't just shredding you apart.
Karsa trying to play Secret Agent once again, was waiting in the tri-brush in case Wei came over towards the Gromp. Won't find anything for the time being. They will find themselves a blue buff, but crucially, Dragon in 20 seconds. And this will be sold for V5. RNG, they have to contest, but Karsa, he's on a ward. He's been spotted. RNG have full information on this one. PP got hooked up on the front line. He's happy to tank, but he doesn't have a stopwatch. He's just one shot, can't tank anything for the time being. Same for Wei though. Karsa gets a kick onto Gala as well. It's beautiful to witness. And now Photic can clean house. That's 3 for him. He'll go for Bin. That's 4. And the rest of the team surely gift over the kill as Xiaohu tries to survive, but the cleave through the chickens. It's a pentakill for Photic.
And right there, Photic stepping up. We said they needed the perfect fight. They needed to avoid Photic popping off. But Karsa, with the kick of the century, picks off the AD carry of RNG. And V5 now will manage to walk it through the base.
It's beautiful to see V5 break the curse. They finish a series in 2 games and against one of the favorites of the entire league, V5 put themselves on the map.
The curse is broken. That was insane from V5. So well orchestrated from start to finish. The early game going their way, getting full control over the map, making sure that they were able to have Rookie situate himself up towards those top sides. It was just getting Rich ahead that he could play through sides, beat out Bin. And then when they got to team fights, there was just no stopping them.
Absolutely beautiful. And Rich needs to be praised to the high heavens for this game. His Aurelia performance, so beautiful to see. And against Bin, against a player that is known for dominating lane. We highlighted these two at the start of the day saying, look, Bin is known to dominate lane. Rich needs to step up, and he absolutely has. His team giving him the picks that he needed to be able to influence this top lane. And when you set him up like this, Rich will take over.
And I love that we're starting to see answers to the Graves, right? Because Graves has been such a safe blind pick. It's kind of annoying. But now you're starting to see the Tryndamere come in, the Gnar come in for Rich. The Aurelia this game popped off. And when we highlighted at the start of the day saying, look, Bin's been lane diffing. He's just been gapping so many of the opponents he goes up against, getting solo kills, coming out with these big gold leads with little to no jungle interaction. Then you come into Rich today and it's the complete opposite. Rich was the one that we thought had been struggling. He takes over. Yeah. Rookie, we also said, yes, you've got this insane strong mid jungle, but you're up against Xiaohu. How do you try and stop the guy that is just absolutely dominating that mid lane after returning from topside? And they obliterated it. They absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah, the question was, how do you stop the guy that went on, swapped to top lane, won MSI, did amazing at Worlds as well, like, comes back and suddenly starts dominating mid lane? Well, the answer is you solo kill him twice in the first game. That's what Rookie does to change things up. Rookie is a monster, and anyone that's saying that Rookie is having a bad year or that he's washed up or any of this nonsense can eat your words. Rookie is back.
Yeah, and this was a definitive game for him. The fact that he's able to come through... Oh, sorry, this was a pretty big series for him. The fact that he's able to come through in game number 1 with those solo kills. Now, again, we're kind of seeing that he's taken a step back in the mid to late portions of the game, but that's in this game specifically more so because he had to try and play side lanes and was trying to use the advantage that he had to push there. But you can see when we got towards team fights, right? Setting up really well with the ability to either get into position with the Realm Warp or just being able to lock people up with the Room Prison as well. Photic, I want to give a shout out to as well, because we kind of said at the start of the day, Photic and PP God have been looking pretty good, but sometimes they kind of overstep their mark in the lane phase. But Photic in these team fights, this Zeri was consistently doing so much work.
Yeah, Photic was especially that Baron, right?
Yeah.
Just charges forward, hitting 3 targets at once, just shredding health bars. And it's... I love watching Photic in these fights, whether it's Zeri, whichever AD carrier is. He is so confident in his play. He always positions so aggressively. I mean, we saw that in the base as well when he got hooked by Ming, right? He's always on that knife's edge. But when it works so beautifully. It feels like he's... I wouldn't say he's at Jackie-Love level of knife's edge, but he likes to play very, very close to the wire. And when he's ahead, he just completely takes over. It's so much fun to watch this guy team fight.
But just like that, we end up seeing that Victory5 now joining the 6-1 club, right? Like, they're going to join Weibo, EDG, V5, RNG now going to 6-2. They're not going to be sitting quite as tidy as they were at the top of the table. So you definitely going to have, like, pretty big implications. And you're looking going... I think for a lot of people, myself included, we're kind of looking like, hey, what do we expect from V5, right? Because you see them against a very weakened WE, 2-1. Rare Adam, not looking so hot, 2-1. Top Esports not looking so hot, 2-1. They lost to Weibo, 2-1. OMG, IG, 2-1. These were close series against teams that are not at the top of the table. But then they come out against RNG today, a clean 2-0. This feels like V5 have found their rhythm.
It really does. And crucially, that's going to bump them up to 3rd place. As you're saying, Weibo will be slightly ahead of them on game difference. LNG obviously still without a series loss, so they'll be sitting pretty at the top of the table. But both RNG and EDG now falling further down the table in 4th and 5th place. This is not the way many people expected the standings to be going. And that's not to mention teams like FBX, teams like BLG. that are falling further and further down. And again, we say this every split. There are so many good teams in the LPL that the top 6 is always going to be stacked. It's always going to be a fierce competition. And I'm glad to see EDG and RNG being challenged early on in the split.
It's also that every time after Chinese New Year, we see these teams really settle into themselves, right? Like, and that's what we're starting to see with V5. They took a little bit of time to get used to it, but now that they're back after Chinese New Year, they just took down RNG.
Beautiful stuff. And we're going to go have a word with the man of the hour himself. I'm going to kick it over to Wendy, who's going to have a chat with Rich.
Hello everyone, welcome to interview, and now we have invited Rich from Week5 together with us. So congratulations on this 2-0 victory, get a win against RNG. So how do you feel at this moment? 안녕하세요. 먼저 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘 2대0으로 승리를 가져오셨는데 소감부터 여쭤보겠습니다.
일단은 오늘 제 생일인데 생일날 이 RNG를 상대로 2대0 승리를 가져와서 진짜 너무 기쁜 것 같아요.
So because today is my birthday, and in my birthday I was able to get a win against RNG, so I'm super happy about this. And we would like to say happy birthday to you as well. So 승리 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
So let's talk a bit more about today's game. So in game 1, it's a really intense matchup, and you guys were able to get a win through a backdoor. So tell us more about how's the short calls made around the backdoor, around the last backdoor scene. 네, 1세트 할 때 마지막 백도어를 하셨을 때 혹시 팀 내에서 어떤 컬을 하셨는지 여쭤보겠습니다.
일단은 한타가 좀 이제 힘든 구간이 와가지고 한타보다는 좀 헤카림이 숨어가지고 상대 그 넥서스에 와드를 박을 테니까 텔을 타서 끝내자는 얘기가 나왔던 것 같아요.
So I really feels like around the late game is a bit hard for us to win through the team fights. We feels like in the team fights it's become harder and harder for us to win. So we would like to just push the lane to get the nexus, to get the inhibitor, to get all the towers, to try to push the lane. And by this we were able to get the win for game 1. And yeah, definitely a gorgeous victory from you guys. And my next question is about game 2, the last pentakill from Day3. So tell us more about what kind of communications made by you guys for this perfect 판타 highlight. And 2세트 할 때 마지막 제리의 판타 장면은 엄청 인상적이었어요. 그때 팀 내에서 어떤 서투를 하셨는지 궁금합니다.
일단은 저도 좀 잘했는데 제리가 너무 다 제 그 지분을 가져간 것 같아가지고 좀 아쉬웠지만 그래도 워낙 잘하는 선수라서 펜타를 꼭 주고 싶었던 상황이었던 것 같아요.
So I feels like around there, because all of us just played so well, and also I believe that all the players they just would like to have a penta scene from there, and also it's a bit pity that that we didn't manage to perform so good around there, but still we were able to get a penta for that part. And thank you for the sharing. And my very last question is now Week5, you guys were able to on a winning streak. So do you feel nowadays the whole team really have a very good synergy, a very good coordination? What's your thoughts toward this? 이제 팀 내에서 사실 3연승을 가지고 있는데 혹시 팀 전체적으로 호흡이 잘 맞는다고 생각하시나요? 어떤 생각이 있으신지 여쭤보겠습니다.
일단 호흡 자체는 진짜 너무 좋고 저희 팀 선수들이 다 너무 착해가지고 제가 아직 중국어를 그렇게 잘하진 못하는데 말도 잘 걸어주고 또 감안해서 좀 쉽게 말해줘가지고 금방금방 친해질 수 있는 것 같습니다.
So I really feels like in generally we have a very good synergy. All the teammates just perform so good, and for me, like my Chinese is not that good, but I'm still like learning and try to say more in the actual voice, in the actual fights. And we feels like we still like improving, and also have so many parts that we still wants to improve, and also we can do better. I feels like this is all I want to say for the synergy and for the synergy inside my whole team. So thank you for the sharing and congratulations again. 다시 한번 승리 축하드립니다.恭喜 생일快乐.
감사합니다.
And back to you guys. Bye bye.
Thanks very much, Wendy and Rich as well. Fantastic to hear. I mean, once again, Wendy just smurfing with the Korean as well as the Chinese interviews. It's always impressive. But fantastic to hear from Rich as well off the back of such a commanding victory.